success is terrifying. It really is. I think I had this big dream. I had this big dream that one day I was going to write, and then I started writing it. One day I was going to have a book published, and then it got published by the world's biggest publishing company. And then if I was really lucky, it would sell okay. And then it was a bestseller for 7 weeks, right?
Wow.
And it threw me. It just completely threw me.
Hi, welcome to Sharing with Susan B, telling stories from the heart. We're looking to inspire, telling stories of struggle, vulnerability, and lessons learned. Hi, I'm Susan Blaine. I'm here with Amanda Jetté Knox, and I'm so excited to have you here.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
She's an author, a speaker, and an advocate. AmandaJettéKnox.com is her website, so check it out. You're a mom to 4 kids. Definitely. Currently, you're a freelance writer, you're a public speaker, and a best-selling author. And you do some volunteer. You do volunteer at the PTAs, Community Association, the SPCA, and the LGBTQ. You do speaking events around that community. So tell us about what you're really passionate about now, Amanda.
I love connecting with people. I think that connection is the most powerful tool we have.
Yeah.
And I think connecting through love is the most powerful of all types of connection. I mean, we can connect through yelling at each other. We can connect through being a keyboard warrior. But really, at the end of the day, it's like sitting down and having these conversations.
Exactly.
We will change the world through connecting with people.
I love that. And sharing and giving others permission. And your story is an amazingly inspiring story, which is how we kind of came to be connected and why I wanted you to participate in this series. Let's talk about your biggest struggle. Did you bring your book?
I did bring my book.
All right. Because I want to share that with everybody. But let's talk about your business struggle, because now you're a speaker, you're a writer, you're a best-selling author. Tell me about some of the biggest business struggles that you've experienced on this journey.
I think there are 2. One of them is focus for me. I'm someone with ADHD, and I have a very busy life. I have 4 kids, 3 still at home, and 2 rescue dogs, 2 rescue cats. My life is just chaos all the time. So trying to find time to write, let alone write a 300-page book.
Wow.
That was a challenge.
Yeah.
And I think the other one is knowing my own worth.
Yeah.
Right. I think especially women, but a lot of people, we don't see our own worth. And so putting ourselves out there, especially as entrepreneurs, is really hard.
Yeah.
So being able to say, yes, I do need to get paid for this. Yes, it's okay if I ask for a return on this. Yes, I do have something of worth to give the world.
Yeah.
I mean, all of those things took me a long time to learn.
And I know we talked about too in our conversation, working from home is a struggle, right?
Working
it's a
from
challenge,
home.
especially when there's so many distractions and so many balls in the air, right?
I don't get to retreat to an office in somebody else's building, right? I wish I did sometimes. I love working from home, and I don't think I'd ever change it, but it is so much work to not do the dishes, to leave the laundry alone, to not play with the dogs. I mean, it's just, it's a matter of keeping all that distraction aside.
So we're going to talk about your biggest personal struggle, but I want to share with people because your story is so compelling and so unique in the things that have kind of revealed themselves over the years that have led you to do what you're doing. And your book, Love Lives Here. So tell us a little bit about that journey.
So in early 2014, if you had asked me, Amanda, what does your family look like? I would have said, oh, well, we're a wife and a husband and 3 boys. And that was what everything looked like from the outside, and that's what I perceived it as. In February of 2014, our middle child, who I knew at the time as my middle son, told me that she was in fact a girl. She actually came out to us in an email and said, I'm a girl, I need you to support me, I need you to love me. And I didn't know anything about this. I mean, this was really new, this whole idea of transgender people and transgender kids. That was really new and frightening. But we got on board really fast and connected through love. So that was the first bit. The following year, my spouse came out to me and said, I'm a woman. And she was really inspired by our daughter's bravery and from all the love that she had seen the family and the community give to our daughter. And so asking me today what my family looks like, I would tell you that we are two moms and two boys and now two girls, because we're also in the process of adopting a teenager. So life is very busy and sometimes unpredictable and wonderful. There are a lot of gifts in there. After my wife came out, and I did a lot of soul searching, that I have been keeping something from everybody as well. I mean, I always knew it, but I didn't ever want to say it because it was so scary that I'm gay. And my wife coming out was a way for me to come out as well and say, well, you know what, that all works out because yeah, and we are so much happier today. Authenticity does wonderful things to a family.
That's what it's all about, right? When everybody can be themselves.
That's it.
And the best version of themselves. I love that. Some of the personal struggles, I know we talked about mental health struggle, anxiety, bouts of depression. It's been some of the things that you've struggled with.
I have struggled my whole life with anxiety from as far back as I can remember. It's taken various forms. Right now, I think it's more of a generalized anxiety disorder, but I've also had bouts of OCD, and I've had bouts of what used to be known as hypochondria, but more, medical anxiety, that sort of thing. And I also deal with depression. And the depression is very insidious, it's very slow, and I often don't realize it's there until I am in a really dark place. So taking care of myself is very important. It affects everything I do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I know we talked about, when you're up all the time and you've got to be on, you're a best-selling author, you're doing stuff like we're doing all the time, you're on the road for the rest of the week, and then there's the crash.
Yeah, I don't think people necessarily understand this. I mean, I didn't see it until it happened, but success is terrifying. It really is. I think I had this big dream. I had this big dream that one day I was going to write, and then I started writing, and then one day I was going to have a book published, and then it got published by the world's biggest publishing company, and then if I was really lucky, it would sell okay, and then it was a bestseller for 7 weeks, right?
Wow.
And it threw me. It just completely threw me, and I didn't know how to handle that. I was so afraid of success, and it was so unknown to me.
Yeah.
And then I crashed. Anyway, I'm double on my anxiety meds now, but I feel so much better. Everything's great.
Everything's awesome.
Everything's fine.
Lessons learned.
Yeah.
Double up on your meds.
Double up on your meds.
Working through, right? Working through things. I mean, we were talking about that. What are some of the big lessons that you've learned from these struggles? You can't make everybody happy.
Oh, you can't make everybody happy. I think as somebody who grew up as an outcast, I tried really hard to make everyone in my life happy. I was terrified of abandonment. I talk about it in the book that my father left when I was a baby. I never got to know him. And so this whole time I've been carrying this weight of people are going to leave. And so for so many years I struggled through that. And yeah, it's a big one for people.
Yeah.
And one day, very recently actually, I realized that it is absolutely impossible to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
No.
So why try?
Yeah.
It was the most freeing thing. I do what Brene Brown says, and I have a list of what she calls stretch mark friends. And those are the people that will just go through anything with you and are still there with you at the end. And it's a very small list. And those are the people whose opinions of me matter. And I know they're always going to be there. That to me is all I need. Just knowing my own self-worth and having that love from the close people in my life.
Yeah. So important to build that inner posse, right?
Absolutely.
That you can trust and that you can share, and how talking about it helps us be healthier human beings.
That's right. That's right. Well, there's a whole shame component. I mean, with mental illness and a lot of other things that we deal with, we put on this mask. And I think that, I work in social media all the time, every day. We all try to present our best selves. And that is fantastic that we want to put our best foot forward. But there needs to be people that we can come to and say, I'm really having a hard time right now.
Yeah.
If you don't talk about that, if you can't put those words out there, the shame takes over,
Yeah.
at least for me. And then it becomes much harder to get my mental health in check or anything else.
Yeah, it's so true. I'm so glad we're talking about this. What advice would you give your younger self, Amanda?
Oh, hold on, girl. Hold on. That plan that you had, it is not the plan that's going to happen. And I pushed for years to have this like little boxes on the hillside life. Because then I could blend in with everyone and I could never be rejected. And then my whole life blew up. And here I am. But you know what? It's better on the other side of that, not caring what people think. It's better on the other side, being true to myself and not hiding anymore. So I would tell her that things are going to fall apart and it's okay, because what you build from that rubble, that foundation that you build, is going to be so much more solid.
I love that. That's so true. Ready for our rapid fire questions?
I'm very ready.
Who's your favorite superhero?
Batman.
Oh, yes. Favorite food indulgence?
Poutine. I'm from Quebec. Come
Oh,
on. With
yeah.
cheese curds and sauce brune or sauce maison. Both of them are good,
Oh,
actually.
yes.
Yeah.
That's the best place to get poutine. Someone you admire?
My daughter.
Yeah.
My daughter is 16 now, and she's spent like 5 years living as herself and being so much happier, and I'm inspired by her every day.
And the catalyst.
And she is the catalyst for all the change in our family. She's amazing.
Wow. Something not too many people know about you.
I was hit by a car when I was 13, chasing my gerbil across the highway.
Okay.
True story.
Wow, that's the best one yet.
You're welcome.
Favorite movie, book, or quote?
To Kill a Mockingbird. It really resonated with me when I read it. And I had changed schools a lot when I was younger, so I had to keep rereading it for school. And I just got more and more out of it each time. I just thought it really changed the way that I saw privilege.
Do you have a favorite quote?
I am where I am today because of the choices I made yesterday.
Nice. What's something that always makes you smile, Amanda?
Oh, my dogs. I
No.
love my dogs.
Really?
They were rescues, and they've really come into their own in our house, and they felt safe. They're a real testament to what I think a loving home can do for any living thing.
Yeah, agreed. What's your definition of success in one sentence?
Success is being happy in all the ways that matter to you.
Yes, indeed. Wow. Thank you, Amanda. Connect with Amanda, Jetté Knox. She's got an amazing blog, The Maven of Mayhem.
Oh, it's
Woo!
accurate.
It's a good one. And her book, Love Lives Here. It's a story of thriving in a transgender family. The Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check her out, follow her. She's super inspiring. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Susan.